So we are going to discuss chapter number 3, text number 11 from Bhagavad Gita. Please chant after me. Devan bhavayata nena te deva bhavayantu vaha parasparam bhavayantah श्रेयः परमवाप्स्यथ देवान् भावयतानेन ते देवा भावयन्तु वः परस्परं भावयन्तः श्रेयः परमवाप्स्यथ देवान् भावयतानेन ते देवा भावयन्तु वः परस्परं भावयन्तः श्रेयः परमवाप्स्यथ देवान् भावयतानेन ते देवा भावयन्तु वः परस्परं भावयन्तः श्रेयः परमवाप्स्यथ. This chant. देवान् भावयतानेन ते देवा भावयन्तु वः परस्परं भावयन्तः श्रेयः परमवाप्स्यथ. Somebody want to chant? Chant.
देवान् भावयतानेन
देवान् भावयतानेन ते देवा भावयन्तु वः परस्परं भावयन्तः श्रेयः परमवाप्स्यथ. चant.
देवान् भावयतानेन
देवान् भावयतानेन ते देवा भावयन्तु वः परस्परं भावयन्तः. Small mistakes. When you say Shreyaha, it will become A, capital A. So Shreyaha Paramavapsata. Okay, no problem. Learn slowly. Actually, it's easy to pronounce from directly Sanskrit. Anyhow, Devan, demigods, Bhavayata, having pleased, Anena, by this sacrifice, Te, those, Devaha, demigods, Bhavayantu, will please, Vaha, you, Parasparam, mutually, Bhavayantaha, pleasing one another, Shreyaha, benediction, Param, the supreme, Avapsatha, you will achieve. Translation: the demigods being pleased by sacrifices will also please you, and thus by cooperation between men and demigods, prosperity will reign for all. So let us see the shloka 3.10. What did we read in that? सह यज्ञा प्रजा सृष्ट्वा पुरोवाचा प्रजापति अनेन पश्य विश्वध्वम एषवोष्ट कामधुक. Along with the performance of sacrifices, the Supreme Lord created the living entities in the form of demigods and the human beings, and in the ancient times he told that Anena, by this performance of sacrifice, you will become materially prosperous and you will also proceed on the path of liberation. How that will happen is explained in this shloka. Are you able to follow the link? I just close the 11th file. So, what is this? It's difficult to work with this Go back to the shloka. Devan bhavayat anena. Anena means by this. By what? By the sacrifice. By the process of yagyas, the demigods will become pleased. Te deva bhavayantuva. And when they are pleased and they are satisfied, they will please you and they will make you satisfied with all the material necessities. We can't eat nuts and bolts. Can we? Amarnath Prabhu today are going to cook, get something cooked. Are you purchasing some 50 kgs of nuts and bolts so that we can, on the feast day, we can have? It's not possible, is it not? Nobody can do that. So, parasparam bhavayantaha. Parasparam, you understand? Mutual. Parasparam. By pleasing each other mutually, shreyaha param avapsitaha. You will get param shreya, param benefit, highest benefit. Avapsita means you'll achieve that. See, if our body is weak, if our body is diseased, can we perform bhakti? Most of the cases, no. If our mind is too much disturbed, can we? No. So we cannot be completely in misery and perform bhakti for most of the devotees. I'm not talking about Haridas Thakurji, we're not talking about Paramahansas. For most people, we need a little amount of material well-being by which we can perform bhakti also. समझ में आ रहा है ना बात? Prabhupada will talk about this. And before I go forward, I want to mention this point. A person who is just wealthy because of his karma, or if he gets something by his karma, he may not necessarily get good intelligence. Okay? But when he is benedicted by the Supreme Lord because of his performance of sacrifices, he also gets material well-being and he also gets a transcendental intelligence. But we must remember throughout this chapter number 3, the yagyas must be done with a detached attitude. I am doing it so that I become liberated from this material world. Okay? Naturally, material prosperity will come, but the yagyas are not done only for material prosperity. समझ में आ रहा है? Gita Bhushan commentary. Vishnu also said to the created beings, please the devatas headed by Indra, who are the limbs of my body, by offering oblations to them. Anena. Note, this is the justification for worshipping the devatas since they represent Vishnu. So if the demigods are worshipped with the sense that they are bodily limbs of Vishnu, then that's not wrong. But then another angle to it, when you understand that the demigods, maybe the fan can be a little less, because I have to speak very loudly. If you understand, or if you understand that the body, that the demigods are limbs of Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu is like a stomach, so you directly serve Vishnu, then all the demigods are happy. Just like Mother Saraswati is very happy with me because I'm speaking about Krishna. Brahmaji is also very happy because I'm trying to use my intelligence to understand Krishna. By my hands I'm doing something, or anything you do with your body and senses, obviously, if you engage in Krishna's service, the demigods become very pleased. Like your hands are controlled by Indra. Doesn't matter. We don't have to do explicit yajna in the form of fire sacrifice every day. That was in previous years. Now when we engage our senses directly in Krishna's service, then the demigods who's controlling that sense becomes very happy. Nice. And when you start using your intelligence to serve Krishna, you will be surprised how much more intelligent you have become. It's a fact. Earlier we were very, very stupid. All of us were stupid. We don't never think anything. But when you start serving Krishna, you will be really surprised who is giving all this intelligence. All the demigods become very happy. You will see in first canto of Bhagavatam, Prabhupada says the demigods with their supernatural powers are always eager to benedict a devotee. So if a devotee wants to serve Krishna, you will get all the blessings of the demigods also. And we see the evidence also where, what is his name, Bharat Maharaj, Jal Bharat, was protected by Mother Durga. Mother Kali, she killed her own people to protect the devotee of Krishna. So we can understand that devotees of Krishna are dear to demigods, but their own devotees are not that dear. Very clear, is it not? So by serving Krishna, you please all the demigods. Naturally, they will give benediction. May the devatas please you by bestowing benedictions. You and they, being mutually pleased with the pure food, will attain the highest benefit in the form of liberation. Param Shreya. In this regard, pure food is one element or anga of cultivation of Gyan. The Shruti says, Ahara Shuddhau Sattva Shuddhi, Sattva Shuddhau Dhruva Smriti, Smriti Labdhe Sarva Granthi Nam Vipra Moksha. This is very important. Prabhupada also will quote this. By pure food, one attains pure mind. By pure mind, the intelligence becomes fixed. With good intelligence, one is freed from all obstacles. This is from Chandogya Upanishad, directly from Shruti Vachan. So why this shloka is here? Because in the fire sacrifices, the food is offered, and a person used to take the remnants of that yajna. Agni is the representative of Lord Vishnu. So when food is offered in a yajna, that is considered that Lord Vishnu has accepted that offering. तो समझ में आ रहा है? And then it becomes prasadam. But for us, we don't have to do that. We can't do that also. We have to offer the food to the deity. And then the food becomes pure. And when we take that food, we become freed. Our mind becomes pure. This is very, 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 very mysterious. You see, all us devotees have natural faith that Bhagavad Gita is correct. We have natural faith that Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is correct. Srila Prabhupada is correct. Can you explain that faith? You can't. It's just natural, is it not? And for some people, you have to preach a lot to make them even understand that they are soul and not the body. Why is like that? Because of impure mind. So this is very, very important. Somebody says, kuch bhi khao aur bhajan karo. It doesn't work like that. It's not that we can eat anything and still serve Krishna, still become advanced in Krishna consciousness. Eating is a major thing. Otherwise, why Chandogya Upanishad is speaking about eating? And why Lord Krishna speaks about eating in Bhagavad Gita? Eating is extremely important. We are what we eat. So let us understand the Sanskrit of it. Ahara Shuddhau. If the food is pure, Sattva Shuddhi. Sattva means your consciousness, your mind. Chitta becomes Shuddhi. Sattva Shuddhi, when the Chitta becomes pure, Sattva Shuddhau Dhruva Smriti. You get proper intelligence, proper memory. I am not this body. I am Krishna's servant. I must serve Krishna. This is extremely important, my dear devotees. Sometimes we think we can chant Hare Krishna and not take prasadam and eat outside food. It's not good at all. Then Smriti Labdhe Sarva Granthi Nam Vipramoksha. All the obstacles in the heart become destroyed. So don't underestimate prasadam. One morsel of Krishna Prasad is billion. It gives you benefit of billions of yajnas. So don't go to your home. They will not offer food to Krishna. Stay here. Is it not? So people many times say, hey, Prabhuji, we are in that situation. We have to eat that food. Don't be in that situation. No, sometimes we have to go in a party. Don't go to that party. When we're going to die, they are not going to save us. Very senior Mataji, Srimati Mataji, she taught me something about the holy name. She's very, very exalted, chants 64 rounds every day. Very nice devotee. She will give a seminar. I can give a link to also. Your tongue is your gateway to love of God. Very simple, sir. Your tongue is your gateway to love of God. And that has been explained by Srila Prabhupada also. Acharyas, Srila Rupa Goswami quotes in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Atah Sri Krishna namadi na bhaved grahyam indriyai sevonmukhe jivadau swayam eva spuratadha. You can't understand the Supreme Lord by intelligence, by dull senses. But when we engage the tongue by chanting Hare Krishna mantra and tasting prasadam, then Krishna becomes revealed. Our tongue is our gateway to love of God. Don't underestimate it. So live your life on your terms, not on your wife's terms. Maybe you're not devotee, or not neither on your mother's term. If she is not ready to cook, okay, then I'll not come. You come to the home. That should be the determination of the boy. I will not come if you can't cook something without onion and garlic, which I offer to Krishna. इतना strong हो जाएंगे तब. In that way, she will be engaged in Krishna service. अब हम खाएंगे नहीं, खाएंगे ही नहीं जाए. क्या कर लेंगे? अब नहीं खाएंगे. छोटे बच्चे हैं, नहीं खाएंगे. क्यों कश्यप ऋषि? नहीं खाएंगे. जानवर है क्या? जानवर है क्या? Am I an animal? Should I that I will not eat bhoga? I will not eat. And don't put yourself in a business or the situation where you have to eat outside food. Absolutely not. The difficulty is our senses and mind will say, कुछ नहीं होता है. बहुत कुछ होता है. You may not see, but so much things are happening. In Uddhav ji also says in 11th canto, my Lord, simply by accepting your prasadam, remnants, the devotees cross over Maya. Jayema, Maya Jayema. They cross over Maya. That means that the person who does not take only prasadam, he will be captured by Maya. Sure. These are not my words. So as Radha Govind Maharaj was mentioning this point. Don't underestimate taking prasadam. Please don't underestimate it. It's very powerful. A small story you would like to hear? Very interesting. Srila Ramanujacharya was going and a small pond came nearby. So he had taken some prasadam and he threw it in the water. And the fishes took that remnant, they got 400 forms and went back to Godhead. It can be that powerful. Yadav Prakash, he was his Mayavadi guru for some time. At some point when Ghost told him, my dear Prabhu, whichever we addressed him, you were a Girgitan. What do you say Girgitan in English? No, not lizard. It's, something. Chameleon, whatever. You were a chameleon in last life. When Vaishnava offered food to Krishna, then he took prasad, and then his remnants were left in the thing, and you took that remnant, and that's why now you're a Brahmana and knowing all the scriptures. Don't underestimate prasadam. So even if you cannot do anything, if you are giving, I'm talking to all the Matajis who might hear this lecture, if you are giving prasadam to your kids, you are loving the most. And if you are giving them bhoga, you are giving them poison. Even if you are, then you are Putana mother. Just like Putana wanted to give poison to Krishna, then you are not mother, you are Putana Mata. But if you are giving them prasadam, then you are Lakshmi Mata. So you think about what kind of thing you are. And if some Matajis are there who are not married, if your brother and father or whatever are not devotees, make excellent quality of bhoga, offer to Krishna and give them prasadam. You see, they will definitely change. Not now, but they will definitely change. This gives immense piety to people, and then suddenly they begin, "Arey, bhakti karna chahiye." Suddenly they change. It works. It always works. It may take some time, but it works definitely. Okay, Mahaprabhu's words are there. What is that? Visher anna khaila malin hoila man. Malin hoila man nahi hois Krishna smaran. So if we eat food outside for the made by karmis, our mind will become impure, and then we can't think of Krishna. And if there is no remembrance of Krishna, the whole life is wasted. You must have felt always, and everybody feels that prasadam is so different, is it not? The taste of prasadam is very different. So because Krishna actually eats it. And yesterday, one devotee told me a very nice pastime of Narsingh Dev in Mayapur. Narsingh Dev has a very nice sense of humor. So he came in the dream of the head pujari, somebody, he said, "Don't put this pujari in the service of offering bhoga to me. He eats half of it before me only." The idea is, if you look at the food with the intention of eating, it's already eaten, half of it is eaten. Prabhupada was one time cooking with his disciples, teaching them how to cook for Krishna, and he told to some devotee, "You have already eaten half of it." And you must notice, if you cook yourself, you don't get that appetite to eat. Have you noticed that? So when you cook khichdi, you may not feel that tasty as I feel when you give prasadam to me. Have you noticed this? It's always like that. By the smell and everything, we eat half of it actually. So that's why when we offer food to Krishna, even when we cook, others should not be eating, seeing it. Anyhow, the point is that what I'm trying to say, the Lord actually eats it. Okay? We can't see it, but through the eyes of Shastra, Krishna himself says, "Ashnami, I'm eating it." And he takes, and then you see how when you take prasadam, it changes. His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj, I know he's always very kautuki, he's always very, how to say, he's cracking jokes. I remember in 2008, he came to Vrindavan. And he said that in 7 years, or somebody says in 12 years, your whole body changes. He was talking about how Brahma gave up his body when he had some bad thought in his mind. So he said, we should also give up our body. But the way we give up our body is by taking prasadam. If you for 7 or 12 years, whatever time you can say, if you keep on taking only prasadam, you will have a spiritual body, you will have very less difficulty in performing bhakti. Much, much less. So keep your life in a way where every day you can get prasadam. It's extremely important. One more pastime of this. Srila Prabhupada told about one devotee who was only eating almonds. Something like that. Nothing against you. You can, anyhow you're offering fruits to Krishna, not a problem. But I'm just saying, he was taking 2 almonds. And Prabhupada said, Even I said, why are you taking only this? Prabhupada, I feel so sleepy by taking chapatis and this. He said, even if you sleep for a whole day, you take prasadam. So prasadam is part of our self-realization. Okay, so these things are there. So by offering of yajna, our food becomes purified, and unless our food is purified, we can never advance in Krishna consciousness. Never ever. Okay. Now there is a point that one Mataji, like her husband is not a devotee, or not really a fully devotee. So she said she had to go with him in Dalhousie or somewhere. So I said, okay, at least offer your water to Krishna, and then if he forces you to eat outside things, at least put your water in that, and at least you will get purified, or some Ganga water or something. I mean, Mataji has to follow the husband sometimes. So what you can do. But that is, see, Krishna also understands her intention, is it not? But on Hari Om, when we go to Delhi and stop at Hari Om Dhaba and eat that is not good. Koi nahi dekh raha hai. Nobody is seeing me. Okay? This people don't understand. Simply by offering food to Krishna, they become devotees. The demigods are empowered administrators of material affairs. This has been explained yesterday also. Again, I'm repeating, just like in this temple, there is a management system, although a person from outside cannot see. Does it make sense? He may not be able to see the managers, but he can see their management. So by the management, you can understand there is a manager. Nahi samajh rahe? If now if you go at 9 a.m. and there is no food, and they're thinking in the Krishna Hall kitchen, abhi kya karna hai? What we are supposed to do? If the devotee kitchen staff is thinking, abhi kya karna hai? Then you will say, kya ho gaya bhai? What happened? Make sense? So every day Surya is rising at same time, moon is rising at same time, to the extent that it can be predicted days before. Is it not? Through astronomy or something? Samajh rahe na meri baat? So everything is happening in time. By whose order? From Bhagavatam we understand, mat bhayat vatoyam suryas tapati mat bhayat. By my fear, my order, Lord Kapil Dev, Vishnu is saying, by my order, sun is operating. By my order, sun is giving heat, fire is blowing, so fire is burning, and air is blowing. Are you able to understand? So if we please Krishna, then all the other demigods automatically get a share of the sacrifice and they behave very properly. So now we are seeing all these difficulties because what's the reason why we have so much difficulties in India or in people in general or in world in general? Because they do not offer food to Krishna, they don't do any sacrifice for Krishna. Srila Prabhupada told in this context, in one lecture, there was bubonic plague. You know about plague? Plague. There was bubonic plague in Calcutta or area of that Bengal. So then when Babaji understood and he started Sankirtan, a massive Sankirtan, and actually plague subsided. In around 1905 or something, Prabhupada said. Although Prabhupada also mentions that this is offensive chanting because one should not chant Hare Krishna for material things. But that's a fact. If a person chants Hare Krishna, you will actually, if you chant Hare Krishna, you will be materially also prosperous. Like as Shivam Prabhu is like shocked to me. For while working for 2 or 3 hours, he gets 50,000 rupees. Fool number 1, learn something from Prabhuji. Best person, 2-3 hours. Learn something from. कोर्स चालू करो आकाश सुन रहे हो हमारे इनका कोर्स चालू करवा देता हूं मैं 10:30 बजे से लेकर 4:30 बजे तक you should start that. I'm not joking, serious. In this way so many devotees who know computer science, they can actually work 2 or 3 hours and the rest of the time they can join they can serve Krishna, is it not? And anyhow we don't need 50,000 rupees to survive. But the fact is that if a person is how to say dharmic, then he naturally gets all the material necessities. It's a fact. I don't want to say this, but you will be surprised. My sister was financially very bad, not even had money to eat food. And his husband also was completely failure in business and everything. But they just become devotees and now the husband got 1 lakh rupee job. in Noida. First he was getting in, and she also got into mains in UPSC with after even having two kids. Maybe she will get an interview also. Maybe she become SDM or something. Who knows? I don't know. I said now I should not offend you. We were joking, but she's saying हाँ भगवान कृष्ण कर रहे हैं. हमने कहा पहले से ही कर रहे थे. कृष्ण ही कर रहे. It's a fact. I'm telling you, it's a fact. You just please take it from me. If you chant Hare Krishna with material desires, Krishna doesn't hate you at all. He's very happy. ऐसा इसको ये चाहिए ठीक है, ले ले बेटा, ले ले, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. He wants a lollipop, take it. But don't live a life without yajna for Krishna. Okay? Later on, you will say, "अरे वही तो नहीं चाहिए मेरे को." It's a very beautiful pastime, but if you have time permits, I'll talk about later on from Mahaprabhu's Leela also. But Prabhupada says one very clearly in his one line. He says, if a person does 3 hours of Sankirtan before Mahaprabhu, if the members of Krishna consciousness movement do 3 hours of Sankirtan before Mahaprabhu, all their material necessities will be taken care. I mean, to the effect that if you want material prosperities also, without yajna, we will not have material prosperity. And if we have, we won't be happy with it. पैसा आएगा भी तो मन में शांति नहीं रहेगी. समझ रहे ना मेरी बात? The supply of air, light, water and all other benedictions for maintaining the body and soul of every living entity is entrusted to the demigods, who are innumerable assistants in different parts of the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Very easy to understand. So if the stomach, if Krishna is satisfied, the body is satisfied, every limb is satisfied. Yatha taror moola nishashchanena tripyanti taskand bhujopashakha pranopahara chitendriyanam tathaiva sarva haranamachitte. Just like when you pour water, when you pour water at the root of the tree, all the branches get satisfied. Or when you when you put food in your stomach, all the limbs get satisfied. Similarly, when you serve Vishnu, all the demigods are satisfied. One more amazing statement is, one person dedicates his life to Krishna, then Krishna puts 33 crore demigods in the service of his family. It is from Bhakti Sandarbha. It's not my 33 crore demigods. So this is a fact. So if you are serving Krishna, your family members will also be taken care. You will see that. I always laugh. When I was joining, my mother was like, your father will die and I'll become a beggar on streets. Now she stays there. She gives donation every month, is it not? And sirs also. So I'm seeing, she was supposed to die at 45 years of age, and at that exact time I became a devotee. Exact time. 2003 she was supposed to die. So I'm just saying, people were talking about how Krishna changes karma. Krishna changes everyone's karma. Anybody who chants Hare Krishna, everything Krishna changes. If he is giving you some suffering, that is for our own good. कुछ दुख भी आता है जीवन में, but that is for our own good, because we have a desire for material enjoyment. But otherwise, you see how peaceful our life is in general, is it not? This is a fact. Their pleasure, I mean, at least from Shastra I am speaking, and from my own experience, I am seeing that this works very nicely. You should have good sadhana, and you'll be very happy. Our Amrita Prabhu was also saying that he would get raises, he would get, perks without working. He would have to work very less, and he will get nice perks after that. And they were envious of him. Hey, काम तो कुछ करता नहीं, पैसा कैसे मिल रहा है इसको? It's a fact. Their pleasure and displeasures are dependent on the performance of yajna by the human beings. Some of the yajnas are meant to satisfy particular demigods, but even so, in so doing, Lord Vishnu is worshipped in all yajnas as the chief beneficiary. This is an important point to understand. Even if Indra yajna is there, a person understands that the presiding deity of this yajna is Lord Vishnu. One should not worship demigods separately from Lord Vishnu. It is stated also in the Bhagavad Gita that Krishna himself is the beneficiary of all kinds of yajnas, bhoktaram yajna tapasam. So the most intelligent person will understand, if Krishna has to be pleased, then and he can be pleased directly by the process of bhakti, which is actually very easy. Why should I do other yajnas? Does it make sense? Which are not in Kali Yuga, which are not sure whether you can do it them nicely. Nice on Mada kuch. There are some people who are very intelligent, as we'll discuss by Chakravarti Thakurji. They know, if I do little bit bhakti, then the effect of my karma kanda will be very much announced. Richa Mataji, is a very important point. You can tell to your customers, whatever, clients, not customers, clients. This is a fact. If they chant Hare Krishna, whatever material I'm preaching for a very low standard of people. I'm not talking about spiritualist. But if you want material benefits and doing some karma kanda or anything, if somebody chants Krishna's name, Lord Vishnu's name, even if there is some discrepancy, it all gets covered. These are not my words. Shukracharya himself has said. When Bali Maharaj could not perform the last yajna, then Lord Vishnu himself says, अरे कुछ रह गया हो तो बताइए, पूर्ति करवा दीजिए. If something is left over in this yajna, you please get it done, get it covered. Then Shukracharya smiles and he said, my Lord, when your name is chanted, whatever is deficiencies there in the yajna gets complete. You are directly here, then what is the point? But since you are saying, then we will do it. समझ रहे हैं? Any default is there in any yajna becomes covered by chanting Hare Krishna mantra. This is not my highest advice. I'm just talking about people who are mad for sense gratification. I was telling to my sister, you chant Hare Krishna, you'll get selected. Don't worry, chant. See, I got selected in IIT by chanting Hare Krishna. That's a fact. When I saw my rank 516, I jumped. This is my rank. I could not even in my dreams think of even 5,000 rank. People, kabhi hope hi nahi tha. There was no hope. There was no hope and no tuition, nothing, kuch bhi nahi. So I was just praying to Krishna, Krishna, ek baar kara dijiye. I will do nice bhakti. I don't know how much nice bhakti I am doing, but but that kind of prayers you should tell to Krishna. Krishna ke liye kuch bhi nahi hai. When I say this, one person one time asked, Prabhuji, mere ladke ka to IIT mein nahi hua. Krishna is not our servant, but he definitely satyam dishati arthito arthinanam. Definitely, if you have some desire, Krishna definitely fulfills. But you should try to please him. Okay. Even if it's a very important point, when you offer a material desire to Krishna, it is like Krishna fries that seed. समझ रहे हैं? भूंज देते हैं उसको. He fries that seed, then that will not be fructifying into further material desires. नहीं समझ रहे हैं? So even if a person approaches Krishna with a material desire, Krishna will fry that seed. So he will fulfill the desire, but he will give you intelligence and say, "Kya boring hai? What is? It's not good." It happens with everyone. So nobody is barred from worshipping Krishna. In any way, with any desire you chant Hare Krishna, is very good. Does it make sense? It's not my words. Sham Shukdev Goswami says, Ichchatam akuto vayam yogi nirpa nirnitam harir namanu kirtanam. Ichchatam, they are filled with material desires. Still they should chant Hare Krishna. And this has been decided by the yogis, not by some lulus. Lulu means stupid fellows. Best thing is to chant Hare Krishna, whatever, no matter what your desire is. Therefore, ultimate satisfaction of the Yajnapati is the chief purpose of all yajnas. Beautiful line. I wanted to say this during today's Japa talk also. Yajnapati, ultimate Yajnapati is Krishna. And ultimate satisfaction is the chief purpose of all the yajnas. This is okay? And Krishna himself says, I become most satisfied when a person chants Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So you see, ultimate deity, ultimate Krishna, ultimate Bhagwan, Krishna becomes satisfied ultimately to the highest extent by a simple, most simple service of chanting Hare Krishna. Every day you should play to Shrimati Radharani, Krishna Shrimati Radharani, please bless me so that I can chant very attentively, very faithfully, and very humbly. These three things should be there, ingredients of our chanting. Even if you're chanting attentively, we should not become proud. Obviously, if you chant nicely, you won't become proud. You become humble. These three qualities are there in your chanting. It will please Krishna the utmost. Humbly, attentively, and faithfully. What is the meaning of faith? This will take me to the highest level. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, a sadhaka who has this faith, this holy name will take me to the highest level of perfection, is the best sadhaka. Any other sadhaka doesn't compare to it. That's why we hear Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam and Shastra, so that we get this kind of Shastric faith. This is Krishna himself which is coming on my tongue. Does it make sense? I mean, if you actually think about it, you become very enthused, because pleasing Krishna is most easy, free of cost. simply by chanting Hare Krishna. When these yajna, and Mahaprabhu himself says, what is that? Tar madhya sarva shreshth nam sankirtan nirapradha nam laive pabe premadhan. Among all the process of bhakti, chanting of the holy names is the most important. Yesterday one devotee was asking, Prabhuji, kya seva karu? What service I want me to do? Come tomorrow morning and chant 16 rounds with us. आज बोला आज तू नहीं आया कल आऊंगा मैं. This is the most difficult service for most people, but this is the most beneficial service. Please gear your life, grahastha, brahmachari, any chari, you please gear your life, mold your life so that you have exclusive time to chant Hare Krishna. It is very blissful, it is very nice, and there's nothing like this. When these yajnas are perfectly performed, naturally the demigods in charge of the different departments of supply are pleased, and there is no scarcity in the supply of natural products. So again, the point is that other yajnas, we don't know we can do it properly or not. You can always have doubt, but chanting Hare Krishna, there is no doubt. Simply chant and hear Hare Krishna mantra. Performance of yajna has many side benefits, ultimately leading to liberation from material bondage. By performance of yajnas, all activities become purified, as it is said in the Vedas. This you have understood? By yajna, your consciousness is purified and we become liberated. Our material desires become diminished. This is one point. And side benefit is you get material benefits. That is naturally there. But when the material benefit will come, when a person has transcendental intelligence, he will again use it for Krishna's service. If you get 50,000 rupees, you will not use it for liquor, is it not? But any other karmi who would have got money, what he would use thing for? Yahan jaunga, sair sapata karunga, is it not? That's the difference. If a devotee gets Lakshmi, what he does? He will use it for Krishna's service. Sudama, you remember the example? Sudama was so poor, but within a night, he became very, very wealthy. But he used everything for Krishna seva. Does it make sense? You must hear very carefully this point. Krishna is not giving you too much money because you will become spoiled. Always remember this. Krishna is like a loving father. All money is the cause of all anarthas, specifically told in Bhagavatam. समझ रहे ना? So he will not starve you. कोई भूखा तो नहीं मर रहा है ना. Krishna doesn't starve his devotees, but he purposefully does not give us too much money because we will become spoiled. Hoga he. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, money gives you signals. Why are you doing tapasya? I'll take care of you. समझ रहे ना? Naturally. So, and by tapasya, we get a higher spiritual pleasure, is it not? So Krishna purposefully does not give that much money. But Sudama को क्यों दिया? Devotees like Sudama, Yudhishthira Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, or Prahlad Maharaj also, they don't become bewildered when they get wealth. They are neutral to it. That's why Krishna gives them. उसको समझ में आ रहा है? But if a normal person like a sadhaka gets too much wealth, he will surely get bewildered, will forget about Krishna. And we must not desire also wealth from Krishna. We should always desire one wealth. Prema dhana vyartha mora daridra jivana dasakari vetan mora diya prema dhana. When we have such beautiful experience of chanting japa, how much grateful we become, is it not? When we get such nice association just like we got from Maharaj, how can you not be grateful to Krishna? How can you not be grateful to Krishna? Who cares about money? Money anyhow comes. The same shloka Srila Prabhupada quotes, Ahara shuddhau sattva shuddhau dhruva smriti smriti lambhe sarva granthinam vipramokshaha. By performance of yajna, one's eatables become sanctified, and by eating sanctified foodstuffs, one's very existence becomes purified. By the purification of existence, final tissues in the memory become sanctified. And when memory is sanctified, one can think of the path of liberation, and all these combined together lead to Krishna consciousness, the great necessity of present day society. So nice sticker by our devotee here, Mahaprasade Govinde. Now nobody will sleep, is it not? So you understand this shloka? By performance of yajnas, the demigods become happy and they will give us all the material necessities. So it's like that. So one should gear his life in this way. Okay, I'll just take up some questions here. If you are strong and determined, even the relatives cook without onion garlic and ask us to offer. Yeah, so just remain strong, and we have to live our life on our own terms, not other people's terms. I remember even as a non-devotee, I would not take tea, and people will just give me either water, which is good enough, or they will give me lassi. Finish. Okay. How to go up without? Oh. Sometimes I cook, my mouth waters, then I think Bhoga is for Krishna and I continue cooking. Is that fine? Do keep on doing like that. But this is not the best standard. It's not the best. But one thing is very nice. When you are cooking, this is Krishna's words. When you are cooking and you are thinking, this is very good, Krishna will be very happy with this. Search Anantaya Kalpate. This will give you life of eternity. Anything, flower, anything. This is the mood of love. This is so nice. This is nicely prepared. Krishna will be happy by this. With that mood, if you are cooking, this is very good mood. Sachanantaya Kalpati. I'm very happy we got some order of magic masala from our deity department. I'm so happy. We can directly give our masala to Krishna Balram. Not for money or something. We can just directly. So happy with this. Do we as Krishna conscious people follow Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy saying एक गाल पर किसी ने मारा है तो दूसरा गाल भागे? No, we don't follow the philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi. We follow the philosophy of Krishna. Okay? We take shelter of Krishna. Even Ankur Prabhu, my brother, got an admission call from IIT and ISC. Okay. Yes. Whatever you see, whatever you give to Krishna, it will come unlimitedly back. Even material, if you have material desire, मैं कृष्ण को दूंगा तो मेरे को और आएगा. हाँ, वो भी चलेगा. This is वो भी चलेगा. If you think that it's a fact, one person gave us one generator. You know that in donation for Goshala, he told us he got 100 generators order. 100. The next time when we took another generator from him, still he gave us a very good discount. His business was not going nicely. Even for material things, there is Bhagwan ka haath hi sabse अच्छा हाथ है देने के लिए. It's amazing. If you give to Krishna, through his devotees, you get unlimitedly more. I have a pact with Krishna. Krishna, you give me knowledge and I'll distribute the knowledge. Just like government takes care of employees' family too, Krishna being supreme governor will take care of the devotees' family. It's a fact. It's a fact he takes care, okay? I've always tell this, my father died within 3 days. He had a desire to come to Vrindavan and stay here. Although he was not like a full devotee or something like that. He had difficulties, so much mental difficulties and physical difficulties. He died in Noida and he was cremated in, cremation bolte kya bolte? In Vrindavan. His body was taken by sadhus. Sadhu log kandha diye. Bataiye kabhi denge? Nahi denge na? And if he would have died just in Lucknow, I could have not brought him here. So I've given so many examples. My granny just left the body in Vrindavan. So now next is my mother. I said, I have to kill you here. Okay, I'll not go from here. Just like, okay, anything else? What is that? If a devotee who's chanting 16 rounds gets sick, is it his karma or Krishna's desire? No. Krishna, please hear very carefully. Krishna destroys our karma, but he does not destroy the karma which is good for us. Can you understand? So if I am supposed to become very, very sick, Krishna gives a little bit sickness. Samajh rahe? So it's always Krishna's mercy. Never think that is your karma. It is just not possible. One time chanting Krishna destroys all karma. So whatever karma you are getting is by Krishna's will. Just like the father may sometimes give neem juice to the son and sometimes he will give candy. So like a father, Krishna is taking care of his devotees. ठीक है ना? This is not my words, this is explanation by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Chanting is definitely needed, Prabhuji, because in today's time, Karma Kanda has a lot of drawbacks. Even Brahmanas aren't able to recite mantras perfectly. Yeah, and they are not perfect in themselves also. They will eat pan and whatever, tobacco and all those things. What benefit you get from this kind of Brahmanas? Akash Prabhu saying, वो course भी start कर दीजिए. 2 hours equals to 50,000. So you have a service. some devotees who want, no, this is actually very nice service. क्या आप ऐसे करते हो वैसे सभी लोग कर सकते हैं? Anybody can do.
It depends actually upon experience and knowledge.
At least Akash Prabhu is interested. Then he can stay with you in Vrindavan. Okay. Yeah. So Juhi Mataji can make a nice poster. This will be 2 hours 50,000. Yeah. Okay. My mother gave sweets to Krishna in temple, and in turn Krishna gave us his Raj Bhog. Yeah, that is nice. By Lord's grace, I have the best team of Brahmanas for Karma Kand. They are Vaishnavas following all rules. Okay. Good. Okay, ठीक है. So Mataji is giving an advertisement for herself. ठीक है. So you understand, by serving Krishna, all the demigods become happy and they will benedict you. So now we'll stop here and I will do Parayan. I am doing Parayan. Those who want to do, they can do. Or those who, you have a question? Yes.
So, as you mentioned that people get sick, so it may be because of some reasons.
Yes.
But some person, like due to some health, he skipped like morning japas, and he tried to complete it the whole day.
Okay.
So is it good or
No.
I focus on the?
See, Prabhuji is saying that if somebody is sick, what he should do? Should he take care of his body, or should he take care of his sadhana? That is the question.
Yes.
First thing is for a sadhaka is to take care of your body. But you know, when I become sick, what I am saying, अरे भाई माला कैसे होगा? That is my highest priority. I become mad. I become sick now. माला कैसे होगा? माला कैसे होगा? That is my only. I just drop everything. Mangal Aarti, Guru Puja, and nothing. I just drop everything because in daytime chanting become more difficult. It is my experience. I think maybe 15 days back, I had some kind of feverish. No, you don't really have fever, but body pain and all that. I just stuck to this sofa. I said, keep on chanting, and it was very easy. 7:15, chanting finished. Very difficult. So it depends what kind of bodily difficulty you have. If you have fever, hold on. Please hear very carefully. If you have fever, please contact me. I have a Brahman of Ashadi in homeopathy, which can drive away your, even corona fever or anything within 2-3 doses. So if ever you have fever, you take it from me. I may want to make advertisement for it also. Very amazing medicine. So if you have fever, that is the thing, and you can keep some homeopathic medicines by which if you have anytime little bit जुखाम हो रहा है, cold, anything you're catching cold, immediately take medicines. Be very careful. If our health is not good, then we can't do our sadhana properly. Also, I'm begging at the feet of all the Vaishnavas, if you can do, please do Surya Namaskar. It will benefit you so much in your sadhana, so much in your, if you can do, if your health permits. You just can't imagine. You see, I never sleep in japa. I'm not glorifying myself. It just has boosted my health like anything. I can only have request. I cannot say anything else. But most of you are finishing the rounds by 7 a.m. or 7:15 like that. It just takes 10 minutes, but it just boosts your health like anything. Between 7:30 to 8 when the sun is rising. See, anything you want to do regularly, you put in your morning schedule. If I tell you to chant Bhagavad Gita Parayan, how much it takes? Time? 10 minutes. That 10 minutes you can't take out all throughout the day, even if you're not doing anything. Is it not? So okay. Smriti Mataji is also saying, you will not also normally feel that cold and all those things, and your whole body will become so flexible. Why I'm saying in this Bhagavad Gita class, it is extremely important for all the devotees to remain healthy, but I cannot only request. Just like child gets punished for not doing homework, mother makes child wears gloves so that punishment does not hurt too much. So Krishna covers iron. Okay, I accept your comment. But Krishna doesn't, इतना बीमार कर रहे हैं. Are all the devotees so much unhappy here? You know? कितना बीमार पड़ते हैं? ऐसा तो नहीं कि बहुत बीमार पड़ रहे हैं. If we follow a very simple regulated regime, 9 a.m. you take prasadam, 5 a.m. you take prasadam. Sorry, 5 p.m. you take prasadam. Don't eat in the night. Make maximum you take milk. You will normally remain very healthy. Okay? I'm saying this works. What is that? We observe one thing, that Maharaj Ji keeps silence for some time during start and end. So is there a reason behind this? We ask Maharaj tomorrow. I don't know. Don't ask esoteric questions. Okay? So, yeah, so everybody knows. They will give all the philosophy, but are they doing it? That's the whole point. आप ही देखिए, every day we are supposed to post a report in sadhana japa list. If you don't do in the morning, you will forget it. How much time it takes? 15 seconds? 15 seconds, is it not? but you forget it. So anything you want to do regularly in your life, you do it, put in your morning schedule. Japa, exercise or something like that. It's extremely important. Okay, I'll stop the class here. I'll just